The Batman Who Laughs, The Darkest Knight versus the Thought Robot, Cosmic Armor Superman. The primal fear of DC against the absolute protagonist of DC. This is a highly debated inverse battle among DC fans, considering both the endgame level characters in DC stories. I will be delivering the narrative implications of strength and power showings displayed by both characters. The Batman Who Laughs is an alternate version of Bruce Wayne from Earth 22 of the Dark Multiverse, being the Caped Crusader, Batman, and protecting the city of Gotham. Everything went sideways for Batman when the Joker started a killing spree across Gotham City, killing all Batman's rogues including Penguin, Killer Croc, and Catwoman. Joker went on a killing spree of murdering children's parent in front of Batman and injecting the kids with Joker venom, turning them insane. This made Batman broke his no-killing rule, and he killed the Joker by snapping his neck. But unknowingly to Batman, the Joker exhaled a toxin contained in his heart, which infected anyone close to him if he died, and in this case, the only person in his vicinity was Batman. This Joker venom corrupted Batman and leading him to kill the Bat family and convince Damian to join him. He even released the Joker venom-infected children from hospitals and made them into his Robins. After conquering the forces of his main world, the Batman Who Laughs invaded Prime Earth with goal to dominate. His forces were defeated by the Justice League, and Batman Who Laughs was killed by Wonder Woman. However, the Batman Who Laughs had a contingency plan in case he was killed. Using Bruce Wayne, who had come into contact with the comedian's button and built an intrinsic field generator to study it, the Batman Who Laughs decided to use him by locking him in the machine, and resulting with Bruce being granted the powers of Dr. Manhattan. The Batman Who Laughs transplanted his brain into Bruce Wayne's body. With his newfound power, the now so-called Darkest Knight tried convincing Perpetua, the creator of the infinite multiverse, to choose him as her lieutenant. With his feats of power displayed, he caused reality to quake, the possibilities of hypertime to die out, and the last denizens of the God Sphere to fear to his power. With hypertime containing all possibilities of narratives and worlds, including canon and non-canon material, the Darkest Knight clash with Perpetua raged across every facet of reality and could collapse the Omniverse. They were even affecting the bleed space by tearing it apart. Perpetua wielded the energy of the Source, even though she supposedly lost the type of stature she belonged to after being sealed in the Source Wall. She is stronger than her three children, being Marnovi, Mobius, and Alpheus, the World Forger. It was stated that the stories of the multiverse were tearing apart due to battle between Darkest Knight and Perpetua. A quick debunk to make would be to address the claim of some fans stating that Darkest Knight is weaker to Superboy Prime and lost to him in a fight. Seems some didn't realize that Darkest Knight wasn't going all out against Prime and was trying to convince Superboy Prime to join his cause, especially when you consider he had absorbed Crisis' energy and its opposite drains quickly. They aren't permanent boost. Looking into the Thought Robot, Cosmic Armor Superman is what infected the Overvoid, which is the concept story. The armor is story. The Overvoid defines this flaw as everything the Overvoid is not, which the flaw equals everything the Overvoid isn't. A flaw that is everything perfection is not. Cosmic Armor Superman is all the is, all of existence. A character of Superman is a concept written by Grant Morrison on Final Crises, Superman Beyond. The Thought Robot is a weapon to destroy any kind of ultimate threat to DC by adapting to it. After doing its job, it's supposed to not exist by releasing Superman to its rightful place with Lois Lane. That is why in the end of the storyline, it was shown as if the Thought Robot was dying, because that is what it's supposed to do, not because it's frail and vulnerable. The Thought Robot is beyond comprehension, beyond conceptual, beyond form, and the ability for anything to understand. Since the flaw is all existence, both conceptual and physical, paradoxical, any and all concepts, ideas, dualities, and stories are all equal the flaw, which it's explained the flaw is story, and the Overvoid embodies the flaw as the armor. The flaw being all existence, existence being the story machine of DC, and the Overvoid personified it as a literal story machine robot. The story machine is the silent sentinel suit that continues to infect the Overvoid with story, which, if you know the DC cosmology well, the Overvoid is the absolute aspect of the DC cosmology, viewing all DC as an infinitesimal speck beyond all forms, descriptions, and metaphysics. These are the reasons to why Cosmic Armor Superman is the absolute protagonist of DC, embodying all its aspects, even being able to fight and defy Mandrake while being in a hyperstory created to benefit Mandrake. Some fans claim the Thought Robot struggled against a billion suns of heat, but they fail to realize the Thought transcended it and wasn't killed by it. The term sun, as spoken by Mandrake, is the setting on story, Death Suns being endings to stories in Grant Morrison books, which is something even stated by Nyx. In the end, I believe the thought robot known as Cosmic Armor Superman wins in a fight between it and the Darkest Knight. Having an accelerated power growth to combat the Darkest Knight and the resistance to overpower him. The thought robot wins.